Hey guys, I'm Deidre.
And I'm Kai.
And we are the founders of an upcoming nonprofit here in Las Vegas that's going to be called Speak Pride. It is going to be a nonprofit that offers support to the LGBT community, mainly focusing on the youth and just reaching out and teaching people a lot about what it's like to live a life that you feel more comfortable being accepted by society, by yourself, by your family and your friends, and
we're gonna continue. It's gonna be about filming and really getting into seeing how people live their lives in terms of LGBTQ community and really deep dive into the struggles. Not a lot of people know or understand what we go through, and so Deidre and I are just out here to really just bring into people's lives, bring the spotlight into people's lives that aren't shown, that are still hidden in the dark. And when we can bring light into the dark areas, I feel like it allows stuff to really flourish. And so we're just really excited to bring you guys along as we vlog along our journey. We'll have different videos and ideas, so definitely subscribe, stay tuned, and from there. So today's video is going to be on getting to know us, and so we're gonna start with me. And so Deidre's here to interview me, and we're gonna dive into some deep questions.
And the best way to get kind of on a personal level is kind of learning more deeper on who you're gonna be working with, kind of, or dealing with, or watching, or whatever comes to mind. Yeah. Gonna get closer to Kai first because she's pretty freaking awesome, and yeah. Okay, so Kai, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I was born and raised here in Las Vegas, Nevada. 24 currently. I work as a massage therapist, or I should say I'm labeled as a massage therapist, but I work as like a body worker, an energy healer, and really dive into those chakras of ours and just the energy part of us beings. And so I really, it's my passion, to go into like the human body. But so I do a lot of studies around there. That's definitely a little bit about me too. That's a big part of me, I feel like, is if you know me, you know that I study. I love reading books, and just anything inspirational has my heart, so I'll be there. But aside from that, if I had to pick a favorite color, it'd be in between green and blue. I love green and blue, but aside from that, I'm just very creative. I'm very, very creative, and so anything that allows me to get into the creativity of myself, like in terms of activities, then I'm there doing those activities, if it brings out my creative side.
Yeah, I think you're very creative too.
Thank you.
And very inspirational to be around. So if you want to follow her on Instagram, we're going to post it right there. Okay, second question. How old were you when you discovered your attraction to the same sex?
Oh, well, from when I can recall, I was in the 6th grade. And I started hanging out with this one chick who really just was very outgoing and so down to earth. And, she would like play nunchucks with tampons, clean tampons. But it was just kind of like, I was like, ooh, I kind of like this chick. Like, she's different.
She plays nunchucks with tampons. That's a unique chick right there. She can play nunchucks with tampons.
She tied the strings
one of a kind.
No, okay. That's a true story, and that's that same chick. But she told me, she was bi and that she was interested in women and men, and that's kind of like the first relationship, like a friendship relationship that I started to enter into that was open to same sex, and so she really opened my eyes to women, and my body felt good around her. I just felt like as if like I was sexually attracted to her, and I didn't know what was going on because mentally I wasn't attracted to her. There was something inside my body being like, you want her, and I'm like, no, I don't.
I'm straight.
it definitely started in 6th grade.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Tampons.
Yeah.
Nunchuck tampons. Are you still in contact with her? Like, do you guys still talk or anything?
Well, I think last time we've spoken within the last year, you know, but do we talk frequently? No. Are we even acquaintances? No. Sometimes get a need to reach out to one another, and we do. We say hi and we say bye, you know?
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Third question, which is pretty important, is your coming out story.
How I came out to the public.
Well, how did you come out to family?
A family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it started with my younger sister. I came out first to my younger sister. We have a 7-year age gap difference, and I was 15 at the time. So 15 years old, 10th grade, really still figuring out who I am. You know, my sister, we share a room, and she was still in like elementary school. She's probably like 5th grade or something. And I told her, I was like, I need to tell you something. And she's like, what is it? You know, she's just a silly monster. So she's like, well, what is it? And I was like, I'm attracted to girls. She was like, and what else? She thought there was more to the story. I was like, that's what I wanted to tell you. And she's like, it's not like we didn't know. I was like, okay, well, good. Glad we're on the same page now. And I was like, but I need to tell Mom. She's like, so tell Mom. I'm like, but I'm nervous. And she's, you know, and then anyways, I went to go tell my mom, and my mom was like, finally, I've been waiting for you to come out. She's like, I'm just glad you could be honest with yourself. You know, because I denied it for a while. I denied the fact that I liked women. My mom was totally acceptable of it, and I think because, you know, and that's where I've struggled with my image ever since coming out of the closet, is just because it's like, as a world, lesbians aren't accepted. I mean, all types of LGBTQ, you know, but since I'm a lesbian, I'm speaking particularly in terms of lesbians. Like, you know, we're not really fully accepted, especially like the more masculine ones, you know, are the ones that get judged more and stuff. So I feel like with me personally, it was just like, it was so weird just being okay and being gay in the world, you know? I think that actually leads to our next question. Where do you take us from here, Dee?
Yeah, that next question is going to be like, have you ever felt discriminated against in public?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly where it was leading me. Is when I was 18, I decided to move to Utah, which is where my dad ended up being, and I got a job out there where I couldn't find one here in Vegas, and so I decided to get out of here. And northern Utah, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Utah or how it is there, but it's a very religious state. They are very religious, and sometimes with a religious background actually comes just a boxed image. You are this way, not this way. You are that way, not this way. Very black and white mentality thinking. But that is where I was definitely discriminated. I would turn a corner and get, you know, called sir, or get looked at like I was wearing makeup, like clown, you know, like a clown, and it just it didn't feel comfortable to like be around. It didn't feel good. It if anything, it made my image proved right of being gay. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it made me not being a lesbian in public not okay, and it just it took a turn, you know. I mean, I did get into a relationship while I was out in Utah, and of course, being in a relationship, you know, it's kind of your security gate. You're like, this person likes me, I don't care about the other world. So it did take away from all that discrimination that was happening. Mm-hmm. It was kind of that balance, you know, but it's still on the inside of me was scratching wounds, you know, and scratching at like exactly proving that you can't be a lesbian in this world, you know, you can't be different in this world.
Right.
And so it's really interesting. But I moved back to Vegas, and the world changed, you know, because I wasn't discriminated here. I didn't, but I would always look behind my back as if I was still, you know. So I knew when I moved out of Utah that there was some traumatizations due to the discrimination that I received in public.
Yeah, and that's sad. You know? Hold on, I lost my brain. That like had my wheels turning. Yeah, that's crazy. And like it's crazy because I feel like a lot of it is more on what you look like, not who you are. So I feel like the people who judge gay people a lot judge them off of the image, and not only because you're a girl and I'm a girl and I love you and you love me. You know, it's more of a like, they don't want to see two girls together. They don't want to see two men together kissing or being affectionate to each other, which in my eyes, I don't want to see any couple being affectionate to each other, gay or straight, in public. I'm just like, you don't have to make out on a stoplight, you know? So last question is, why is equality important to you?
Why is equality important
question.
to me? Equality is important to me because I believe that each one of us are equal. And I mean that in all senses of equality, not just for us LGBTQ community, but for everything. I feel a 2-year-old stands as equivalent to a 35-year-old. So in age, I feel a colored person and a white person is standing equal to each other. The person who speaks English and the person who doesn't speak English stand equal to each other. It doesn't, the outside world, and it actually is exactly what we were just talking about, is the outside world, society, the materialistic dogma does not stand a chance of who we really are in terms of the inside. Who we are on the inside and who we look like on the outside are two different things. So with that being said, someone may stand next to the president. They may say, oh, because he's achieved this, and this. And then the person next to him who hasn't achieved all of that but has more control on the inside, who's more peaceful living, who doesn't care about all that stuff that isn't important, right, would stand down because he can't prove what he's achieved in his life. You know what I'm saying? So right. that goes back to equality, equal rights. Us as humans, we all have the same right. You know, like, not one makes someone better than the other. If I studied in the field for 5 years, it doesn't make me better than someone who just began, because honestly, it's the beginners who, in my eyes, are better than the ones who have experience. So, anyways, equality is hugely important in my life because we are all equal. And until we can start seeing through that equal line, then we'll have equal lives, you know?
Yeah. That left me speechless.
That was good. Those were some great questions, and I just want to thank you, everyone tuning in and, sitting here with Deidre and I as we go about this journey. And if you have any questions, comments, just of course comment below, subscribe, and share. The more we can share, the more we can speak the truth. And so that's why we're here providing you guys Speak, which is the nonprofit coming up. So definitely stay tuned. Follow us on social media. We'll have it all kind of written or down below. Just click the links and, start chatting to us. We want to hear from you.
So definitely stay tuned, and we'll be back next week.
Toodles.
Toodles. Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.